All rise. Support court with Judge Vonder B is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB1078, McKinney case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Ms. McKinney,
Yes, ma'am.
you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, Your Honor, I am here to try to recoup cost that I've incurred with my daughter.
All right.
She's 9 years old. She's been with me since birth, and I'm paying for everything. I've been doing it all on my own.
All right.
Without a problem, but I've been doing it all on my own.
All right. And when you say all on your own, Dad isn't helping out financially at all?
At all.
Okay. And you said your daughter's 9.
Yes.
Is she?
Get ready for a courtroom showdown that's anything but ordinary. A determined mother is demanding child support after raising her daughter alone for the past 9 years. On the other side, the father denies responsibility and questions whether he's even the biological parent. What began as a brief weekend fling has now turned into a heated legal fight. Will the father finally step up? And will the mother get the justice she's been waiting for after nearly a decade of financial hardship? Don't miss this emotional case as it unfolds.
Extracurricular activities, that word always messes me up.
Yes, ma'am. Basketball, track and field, and tennis.
All right. Does Dad pay for any of those?
No, ma'am.
How much are the fees associated annually with each one of those?
Annually, probably roughly $4,700.
All right. Is Dad aware that she's in these activities?
Yes.
All right. The extracurricular activities, does he attend those?
No, Your Honor.
So he doesn't pay for those?
No.
So what is the backstory? I mean, she's 9, so were you all in a relationship previously? Like what happened?
We were in a situationship for a weekend.
What in the world is that?
Well, it was a little bit more than a one-night stand. It lasted approximately 72 hours. I was on business in Washington, D.C., and he was there for...
Miss McKinney isn't holding back. She's been raising her daughter completely on her own. From paying for sports like basketball, track, and tennis, to handling everyday parenting, she's done it all without a single cent from the child's father. It raises a serious question. Where has he been all this time? He's known about the child, yet he's never helped out, not financially or otherwise. It's tough to imagine the stress of doing it all alone for so many years. Is the father just absent by choice, or is he running from his responsibilities?
I met him at a nightclub.
Ooh,
and
I need to be careful what I ask.
Well, listen, the night grew long, and things happened within the next 72 hours. And so, yeah. That's the extent of it.
Okay. And you got pregnant?
Yes.
Okay. Was he involved in the pregnancy?
Well, he was definitely there.
Well, no, throughout your pregnancy.
Oh, throughout? No, ma'am.
Okay. So you just literally had the baby, no help from him, nothing like that. Did he show up at the hospital?
No, he was late.
Okay. So did you all have a DNA test done?
No.
Does he know he's the father?
He doesn't think that he is, and he's the only Caucasian that I've ever been with, so.
Okay. So that's where the issue lies then.
Now here's where things really take a turn. The father tries to downplay everything, brushing off the relationship as just a short fling. While the mother says it lasted only 72 hours, for the child, this has been her whole life. His defense? He claims the mother makes more money than he does, so she should cover the costs. But that's not how child support works. It's not about who earns more, it's about both parents stepping up to care for their child. Is he hiding behind money problems, or is there something else he's not saying?
He's the father, which is why he hasn't given you any money.
But he sent text messages, and he sent happy birthdays, things of that nature. How is she doing? So I believe if he didn't care at all, he wouldn't send those text messages. Now, he's done that for the past 9 years. I've just never seen any greenbacks to follow those texts.
Okay. So when he arrived at the hospital, did he sign the acknowledgement of paternity?
No, Your Honor. When I meant he was late, the baby was already a week old at the time. I was already at home. We'd left the hospital. That's what I mean by late.
Oh, so he didn't show up at the hospital at all?
No, Your Honor.
So he didn't sign the birth certificate or any acknowledgement of paternity or anything like that?
No.
Okay. So you're here today to do what exactly?
Well, I was hoping you would be able to help me, first and foremost, establish paternity.
Okay.
At this point.
All right.
And
we would definitely have to do that before any child support takes place.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Things take a deeply personal turn when the father brings up his newborn son, trying to draw comparisons with his current family. He says, "I know his mind because he's white," using race and his relationship with the new child's mother as part of his argument. But what does that really prove? Dismissing a biological connection based on assumptions doesn't hold up, and bringing his new family into the conversation only shifts focus from the real issue. The 9-year-old girl at the center of this case is the one who's been overlooked. The real question is, can the father grow up enough to face his past and take responsibility for the future?
Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to him?
No, that's pretty much it. I've just been doing everything on my own. In my heart of hearts, I know that he is the father. I have no doubt. I'm just needing assistance.
Okay. All right. All right. Sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is what she's saying. Now, let me be clear in my questions because I just realized that I probably shouldn't have asked that question like that. Now, bypass all the 72-hour stuff that she talked about, right? Mm-hmm. Now, she's pregnant.
She was.
Okay, you were not involved in that process at all in terms of the pregnancy.
Look, let me just start off by saying that most of what she said is essentially true. Okay. Although there's some giant omissions in there and some things that you need to take into account to get the full picture.
Well, does it involve the 72-hour thing?
we were involved approximately that amount of time, yes. Okay. That sounds about right.
The father's story is full of contradictions. He admits he might be the father, but claims lingering doubts have kept him from stepping up. But is he truly unsure, or is he just using that as an excuse to avoid responsibility? At the end of the day, every child deserves to know their father, whether he's ready or not. The fact that he's avoided offering any financial or emotional support says a lot. And the judge is absolutely right. No matter what happened in the past, this 9-year-old girl deserves care and support. It's time for the father to do what's right, or face the consequences.
Oh, any specific details about that?
I'm not here to give you the details of it. I'm just here to tell you that we were in an intimate relationship on and off for about 72 hours, yes.
Okay. So, after you found out she was pregnant, what happened?
Well, first let me add some context to everything before I answer that, Your Honor. She works for the federal government. I'm a teacher. I'm a high school teacher. She makes significantly more money than I do. I make about $60,000 a year. I don't know the exact figure of her annual income, but I know it's a lot more than that. She's in far better position to support her daughter than I would be, and what she's asking for.
You said her daughter, so you truly don't believe this is your child?
I am willing to accept that it may be, but we've not done a DNA test. What she said about being only with one Caucasian man,
The father's story is full of contradictions. He admits he might be the father, but claims lingering doubts have kept him from stepping up. But is he truly unsure, or is he just using that as an excuse to avoid responsibility? At the end of the day, every child deserves to know their father, whether he's ready or not. The fact that he's avoided offering any financial or emotional support says a lot. And the judge is absolutely right. No matter what happened in the past, this 9-year-old girl deserves care and support. It's time for the father to do what's right, or face the consequences.
She's lied before to me, so don't take. She was honest with a lot of the stuff she said fairly, but here's a big thing she forgot to mention. I have a son of my own. I have a newborn son, and with my fiance.
Congratulations.
What does that have to do with this?
This is
I allowed you the opportunity to speak. This is his time. Yes, now I asked you, was there anything else you needed me to know before I moved over to him?
I already know he's gonna push my buttons.
Okay, well, just sit there and don't let him push your buttons.
Okay.
That's the easy, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can do that.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead.
So I have a newborn son with my fiance, and I know that he's my son for sure. And I know, and
How do you know for sure?
Because he's white.
And then comes the shocking part. The father refuses to pay child support because he claims he's not sure the child is his. Yet, after all this time, he still hasn't taken a DNA test. It's hard to believe he'd avoid such a simple step while leaving a child in limbo. This goes beyond money. It's about acknowledging a child's life and offering the support she needs. His refusal to even confirm paternity raises serious concerns. Could a DNA test finally be the wake-up call he needs?
Because the woman who gave birth to him has been with me and only me for the past 3 years now. That's how I know that he is my son. And he does, despite being a newborn, having a little newborn face, he does look like me. I can tell. So, but anyway, what she's asking for, she does not need financial compensation from me to support possibly our daughter. And the other factor she didn't take into consideration.
Wait a minute. Did I hear that right? Let me rewind.
Yeah, he said need.
Let me
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
rewind that. You said she does not need money from you. So let me make sure I got that right.
Because she makes so much more than me.
Right. So even if it is your child,
Right.
she still doesn't need to get money from you?
In my opinion, this is what she's doing here right now has nothing to do with needing money. It has to do with jealousy. She's trying to interfere with my relationship with my new son and my fiance.
Baby, I care less about that, okay? Two things for certain.
Tensions hit their peak as the judge steps in and makes it clear, before anything moves forward, paternity must be confirmed. And the stakes couldn't be higher. If he is the father, child support will be legally required. This moment cuts through all the drama and reminds us what family law is really about: responsibility. Every child deserves love and financial support from both parents. The father may be banking on the DNA test to clear him, but what if it doesn't?
It's about that.
Excuse me? I thought we weren't going to allow him to push your buttons.
I left one button out.
I've got buttons.
I've gathered all my buttons and you ain't gonna push
Well,
it.
you
I've got a
know,
whole control panel.
excuse me. The only
You're
person
so
that's
freaking
going to be
childish.
excuse me. The only person that's going to be pressing buttons up here is me.
I'm trying not to press his head.
Well, we're definitely not going to do that, because then the bailiff will have to escort you out, and then I'll more than likely dismiss your case. So that wouldn't be a good thing, right? Ultimately, the both of you are here for one thing. You all want to find out if he is indeed the father of your daughter. Is that correct?
Yes, sure.
Seems like a weird place to do that. I don't see a DNA kit anywhere nearby.
Oh, now you're challenging her.
We do that in a different area.
Stupid.
We have,
Okay.
excuse me, that wasn't very nice.
Well, it wasn't nice for him to dish your courtroom either. I'm just saying.
No disrespect to your court, ma'am.
I don't take offense to that, because I don't sit up and let people push my buttons often. All right. So this is what we are going to do. We are going to reset this pending DNA results. Now, if for any reason the child does come back, the DNA test does come back and you are the father, you will have to start paying child support, being ordered today. All right.
Can I respond to that, Judge, if I may? We were in what amounted to a long one-night stand. We never committed ourselves to each other. I wasn't even aware that she gave birth until like a week after it happened.
Lies.
No, I was never told.
Excuse me, Miss McKinney.
Yes, Your Honor. It's the lies.
It's the buttons. Woosah. Okay. Now, to your point, I was looking here through this Texas Family Code, looking for where it says that you have to be in a relationship with somebody to not have to pay child support, and it doesn't exist.
Well, she never, said. I was under the impression.
The father tries to shift the focus by bringing up his newborn son and fiancé, but that's just a distraction. His new family isn't what's on trial here. What matters is the little girl who may be his daughter, the one who's been waiting years for him to step up. It's frustrating to see how far some people will go to avoid owning up to their past. But children don't care about excuses. They care about being supported and acknowledged. The question now is, will he finally take responsibility, or keep turning his back on the truth.
She was on birth control. Now that may be my faulty memory, but I never entered
But
into this relationship with any
even
intention.
still, let's just be clear. Birth control or not, a 9-year-old child is here. These are the facts. A 9-year-old child is here who deserves support, not only from her mother, but from her potential father as well. So we are going to reset this matter, get some DNA testing done. So to my original thought, if you are the father, you will start paying child support being ordered as of today, all right? If he is not the father, you can come back to court and petition as many people. Now, don't take that offensive. I'm not saying that you just been with everybody or anything like that, but you can come back and petition as many people as necessary, because this child, as I just stated, deserves to have the support from not only her mother, but from her potential father as well. So, do you all have any questions about what you're going to do?
No, Your Honor.
No.
No? Okay. And you have to make your daughter available for testing as well.
She's available.
Okay.
She's here.
Okay. So we can go ahead and get that taken care of today.
Oh, yes, we could.
Okay. So we'll reset y'all. Thank you.
Thank you.
In the end, the court has ordered a DNA test, and soon enough, the truth will be revealed. If the father is the biological parent, he'll be legally required to pay child support. If not, the mother can pursue other options. Either way, this child deserves to know who's responsible. The impact of this case will last long after the hearing is over. For now, we wait for the test results. But one thing's for sure, this drama isn't finished yet. If you think this case was wild, hit like, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more courtroom drama.